Welcome to the shop. Today what we're going to talk about is the saw. We want to make sure that we can have material from our wood pile, bring it in, chop it off to length. That's usually what you want. This saw is called a compound miter saw. It's a saw that slides back and forth to allow you to cut just straight on. The blade will actually angle this way for a cut along this axis, and the table itself will unlock and rotate as well. That way you can put two cuts at once, calling it a compound miter saw. All right, what we want to do is we want to cut a piece 16 inches long, because in the shop there are certain machines that have length requirements, minimums, and we want to be able to do all the machines in the shop. Today what we're going to do is we're going to lay out a piece of wood that we've taken from the wood rack, and we're going to make a piece 16 inches long. So this is how we do it. Take our tape measure from our toolbox, and we measure out 16 inches. So basically come along like this. Then what you want to do is you want to put a V right where the 16 inches is. That way you can guarantee the length. If you just do a line like this, you don't know if it's this corner or if it's this corner or the midpoint. If you're working with a partner, if you both use the same technique, it's easier to get the job done. All right, so then what you want to do is you want to line this up with your laser. I don't trust all lasers, so I'm going to double check that with the blade, and it turns out that it's a little bit out. So then when we start up the saw, we can put our finger up here, make sure you've got a good grip, hold the safety, and then pull it on. For newbies, you might want to just turn it on and off to get an idea of what the actual saw sounds like before you start. What you want to do is make sure you have your personal safety equipment in place, and that consists of safety glasses. Keep your fingers out of the blades at all times. Now we want to slide this back and forth. Always use support equipment whenever possible. It's nice to have both hands able to be free and used for whatever you need to operate the machine. Then what we want to do is, I'm looking down the back side of this blade, and the back side of this blade lined up with the bottom of the V tells me exactly what I'm going to do. Now we've marked on this piece of wood this edge. We don't want to put the mark back here because the blade's first cut is going to be here. The object of the exercise is to make sure that you identify a problem before you actually make a mistake.